Okay guys, so another package, and this is probably going to be my last big package. I'm going to start trying to keep up with releases fairly well this time. But yeah, last big package. There are only 3 Beyblades in here, but it's 1 booster, 1 starter, and 1 deluxe starter. Or at least I think it's considered a deluxe starter. It might have a special name, but I'm sure you guys can already guess, since that deluxe starter is the first bay we're going to be unboxing today. So let me just show you the bays we have. First off, newest X-Over release, Max's Draciel S. Comes on 760, very good defensive part right now. And Dot, very stable and very immovable defensive part, so very dedicated defense type. That was a lot of berries. But then we have our starter, Silver Wolf. Comes with a black and silver launcher, and Silver Wolf is cool because it has 2 different free spinning gimmicks. The driver, or the bit, free spins, and on top of that it has a little free spinning wheel. So this thing has insane defense and stamina, and on top of that I think it's one of the heavier layers, or blades out so far, so kind of broken. But the main bay we're focusing on today in this video is Samurai Saber 270 level. So this is an amazing deluxe starter because first of all it comes with 3 new parts. 2 of them I hear are pretty good. The ratchet, on the other hand, is not that great. But then on top of that, we have our first like sword launcher sort of thing. So we saw this type of launcher throughout Burst, and we didn't really get one for any other generations, but it's nice to see it return. It comes with little grip things. I don't know if they're rubber or if it's just plastic, but yeah, very aesthetic launcher. And I hear it's very powerful, so it might be worth trying out to see how good this really is. And even if it's bad, I can just move the little grippy things onto a different launcher and we'll be fine. Anyway, let me go ahead and clear off my desk so we can focus on this bay. Okay, so I already talked about the launcher, but here we have the blade. It has 2 main gimmicks. Level, I think, is mostly kind of like a hold or a jaggy sort of bit. Has a very weird shape that's meant to kind of mix stamina and high attack together. So it kind of acts like a balanced Beyblade, but at the same time it has a lot of attack. So it's kind of like Ray Unicorno, where it would act like a balanced Beyblade, but it's an attack Beyblade. And the blade has moving parts, which is super cool. Little parts of the blade will come out and go back in. I don't know exactly how this works, so I'm kind of excited to figure out with you guys, but yeah, that's pretty much this box. Let's just get into the blade. Here is the bay. This box is huge, by the way, guys. I didn't expect it to be this big, but I guess it kind of makes sense given the launcher. Let's rip this open, and here it is. This has my code, so I'm not going to show you guys this, but here is the Beyblade. We can go ahead and start with the launcher first, since usually the launcher is not that great, but since this is all new stuff, might as well take a look at it. First, we'll look at the ripcord, and right off the bat, this thing is huge. And it's a normal ripcord, so it would probably work with a normal launcher, but the length of this thing is absolutely insane. It's also a little bit more flexible than the average Beyblade X ripcord, so very, very interesting. Here's a pretty standard launcher, and if we were to compare the ripcord lengths, yeah, we see that it's quite a bit longer. Not as long as I thought it would be, but still, any amount of length should make a good amount of difference in battle. Maybe like 10 teeth worth. And as we can see, it does work with standard launchers, so even if you didn't like the sword launcher, you could use this ripcord on a regular launcher. Let's go ahead and look at the black sword launcher now. I actually don't know what the official name for this launcher is, because the last sword launcher was called the sword launcher. I don't know if this is considered like a katana launcher or something, but yeah, I'm just gonna call it a sword launcher for now. And yeah, this thing is big. Very cool. Compared to a standard launcher, this thing is massive. A little thinner, but it fits well. The built-in grip, honestly, really nice. And I kind of prefer having the ripcord come out like this, because when you have the standard launcher, it fits on the grip like this, and you kind of have to pull it towards you, and I'm not very good at that. I kind of prefer trying to pull it out the side. So this might actually be the one ripcord that I enjoy using. We'll have to see how it goes, but basically you just put it in like this, rip it out the side. Should be a very good launcher. I might have to switch to this from now on. Then we have the little attachments for tiny parts, and this is a good moment of truth because we can figure out, yeah, these are rubber, guys. That's insane. That should be really nice to use. The purple is a really good color too. It comes with 4 different parts, and I think all 4 of these are different. Little tiny thing here, bigger thing, and something about the size of this, but obviously not as big. Let me go ahead and figure out where each of these parts go, and I'll show you guys what the launcher looks like after. Okay guys, and I'm back, and I just realized this is actually even more cooler than I thought, because you can actually make this left or right-handed grip. So this is in left-handed mode, where you grip it like this. There's a little pocket for your fingers to go through. And if you wanted to be right-handed, you just switch this part out for this part, and now you have a grip that feels much more natural in your right hand. So that's actually super cool that they had that. I did not expect them to incorporate handedness, but I have noticed that Takara Tomy is trying to make more diversified grips and stuff ever since Burst even. So Metal Fight, it was very like right-handed leaning. Now we're having more neutral launchers like this, and this doesn't have like a neutral setup, but to make sure that it still worked, they gave this extra like alternate grip that works perfectly. I'm not gonna lie, like this is actually super surprising how well this works. So don't feel afraid to get this set because you think it might just be for right-handed people. It works really well for left-handed people. And on top of that, I finally found out, let me turn on the flash, I keep forgetting to do that. The launcher is called the Beyblade X Hold Launcher, not the Sword Launcher. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this launcher. Nice rubber grips, big form factor, and probably a lot of power behind it, so yeah. Let's finally move on to the Bay. Okay, so here we have Samurai Saber, and let's go ahead and start out with the blade. I can already hear it jingling, which is kind of exciting. These moving parts are probably going to be pretty cool looking. And yeah, here we have like a kind of like a Ragnarok ring almost, where it kind of juts out. So probably while it's spinning, it has like these blades, and it can be hit in or out. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I think it would probably be more gimmicky than useful, but I have no idea. We'll see how it goes. Very round while the blades are out, but very offensive looking while they're in. It might be better or more recoilistic near the end of the battle, but yeah, we'll just have to wait and see how that goes. Then we have 270, and I like the color. It's just that 2 is a really bad ratchet right now, so I wouldn't be surprised if this thing bursted like crazy. But Very good color. Let me slap that on this. And finally we have level. I don't think there's any like big gimmicks on this. I don't think there's like free spins or anything, does it? To the move. No, it's just a very weird shape. And it might be great. We're gonna have to wait and see because I've never seen anything quite like this shape. It looks extremely aggressive though with how flat it is. We'll have to test it out real quick. Anyway, this is the blade all together. Samurai Saber 270 level. And yeah, this thing looks very, very cool for an attack type. Let me go ahead and weight test this bay, and then we'll do a couple of test launches. Okay, so here is the scale, and let's go ahead and just start out with the whole bay. In general, if it's heavier than like 45, 46, it should be a pretty good Beyblade. Yeah, like 43.9, not bad. It might also be just because these main parts aren't that great. So let's go ahead and test the blade. If it's heavier than 36 grams, then we can say that it is a pretty good attack layer, but given how many attack layers are kind of in the 37-38 range right now, I would say that if it's not heavier than that, it would probably not be great. So let's hope for 36. Yeah, 36.43, so not bad. I think that's heavier than Drawn Buster, that's at like 35, so let's quickly check that. No, actually, it's right around Drawn Buster. Actually, maybe a little lighter. Slightly lighter, but pretty much on the same level as Drawn Buster. So, a pretty good attack layer. We'll have to test this out. It might be better than Drawn Buster. Just because Drawn Buster is very dedicated attack, so it's not great at defense or trying to win out a stamina battle. But yeah, we'll have to see. I'll do a couple of test launches, we'll do some test battles against some good defense bays, and yeah, we'll see how it goes from there. Okay, so here is Samurai Saber, and let's go ahead and do a straight test launch and then a slant test launch. Okay, this launcher might take some getting used to. Let's do another straight launch. And yeah, very aggressive. But not insanely. I don't know how to describe it. It doesn't like to use the X line a lot, but it likes to move a lot, so very interesting movement. Slant launch now. 3, 2, 1. Very interesting movement. Okay, so we're going to test it against the same blades I used against Impact Drake. And that is Phoenix Wing 360 Point, Leon Crest 760 Hexa, and Wizard Rod 960 Ball. Balance, defense, stamina, you guys know the drill. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, already we can tell this thing is gonna burst a lot. 270 was not a great choice. Okay guys, so this blade is a lot better than I thought it would be. It does burst a ton because of 270. I don't know why they put this thing on it, but other than that, it has very good impact. And also for some reason, even though this blade looks extremely aggressive, it can get stamina like attack wins for some reason, and that's kind of what it specializes in. So if it doesn't self KO, because this thing is insane power, especially from the sword launcher, this thing goes crazy. But as long as this doesn't kill itself for burst, it should be winning. The only Beyblade that it had a hard time against was Wizard Rod, and I think it was just because it's hard to control, so I couldn't get a lot of good hits on Wizard Rod in. But other than that, this blade did very well against Phoenix Wing, did really good against the defense Leon Crest, and would probably do great against Wizard Rod if I had a little bit more practice with it. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. I know this is going to be quite a good Beyblade for my collection. I'll do lots of battles with this. Just tell me what you want to see, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys later.